What's good, everybody? It is Sunday, September 12th, 2021, and you know what that means. It is Sunday number one, week number one of the NFL season, which is the entire reason why we started this show and we started this brand. Now, we had a fun, sweaty Saturday. Some of our guys were hot. Some of our guys were not. Big props to Micah Roberts, Matty Severance, each going 3-1. By the way, Micah was 2-0 on the show yesterday. So in a moment, I will be changing a life. And of course, our guy Tom, take the bass out of your voice, Fornelli, hit another Service Academy under with no sweat whatsoever. Air Force, Navy, under 41, under 39. It didn't matter. He hit it again. Now, I mentioned I'm going to change the life. Whenever one of our cappers goes at least 2-0 on the show, or we hit the gym, or we hit the AB3, we give it a year-long sub so you can join the community. So today's winner at 1987 CSB, the jeweler will reach out to you on social media and give you all the details. Welcome to the SportsLine family. Now, let's bring in the stars of the show. And both of these men will be on our brand new noon to 1 Eastern time show as we count down to all of the 1 and 4 o'clock games this afternoon. M Squared, are you ready to work today, my man? Are you ready to work?
I'm ready today, Coach. It's been an awesome morning so far. I know a lot of us have been sweating this Formula One race already, but just a beautiful sports day, too. Can't forget about the U.S. Open final. Just a lot of fun. I can't wait for that show, though. We're going to get a lot of questions. So I know a lot of people in the chat have questions. Come back for that 1 hour show, and we'll hit every single question on pretty much every game here on Sunday.
That's right. It's going to be completely interactive. You will not find another sports betting show that's going to be more interactive than what we will be from noon to Eastern time today. Our other main man, AB, will also be there at noon today. AB, what's good?
Hey, what's good, Coach? Hey, what did take a page out of your book, give a shout out. Our former colleague, Barton Simmons of CBS Sports, friend of SportsLine, Cover 3 podcast. He's the new general manager of Vanderbilt football. Got his first win last night. Proud of him. Yep.
Well, and we had them plus the 7, and throughout the whole game, they were behind, and then they got that job done. Congratulations to Vandy football for doing that as well. Okay, let's jump right in, guys. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And before we look forward, boy, what a day for the sportsbooks on Saturday. M Squared, what do you got on that?
Yeah, sportsbooks absolutely cleaned up yesterday. The public got destroyed on every game, really, that was significant, except for the Iowa game. Unfortunately, I was on the other side of that one with the sportsbooks, so I took the loss with them on that one. But they more than made up for it across the board, especially the Ohio State-Oregon game. For several sportsbooks there, ended up with a 7-figure profit margin just on that game alone. Then it continued even into the West Coast. USC lost outright to Stanford. Just an absolute brutal day for the public. Sportsbooks made a ton of money yesterday.
Boy, they love that. And they love it when it's in week 1 so they can get ahead of the curve. No doubt about that. All right, now, this is all about the NFL today. This is all about the stars playing. There's no more who's going to play, who's not going to play. Everybody plays today. And my man Patrick Mahomes will be home against the Browns, 4:25 Eastern kick today. AB, what do you got?
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, his greatness in week 1 and the month of September as a whole is unbelievable. So watch that line today as we get closer to kickoff. The Chiefs have won 6 straight week 1 games, which is a current NFL record. They've covered the last 4. And Patrick Mahomes in the month of September is 10-0 with 32 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. The man is lethal.
That's my quarterback. Oh, I thought about wearing one of my Chiefs hats this morning, but I said, you know what? We've got to be, what's the word? Impartial, I guess. That's not going to last for very long. I can promise you that. All right, let's get into our boards today. Several plays. We're going to have 2 plays from SportsLine. First, the Titans. They're an absolute over machine on the football field right now. They play fast. They score a lot of points. So does Arizona. So we're going to go Cardinals, Titans over 53.5, 1 p.m. Eastern time start. That is courtesy of Kenny White at SportsLine. Then you heard M Squared say it. Can't forget about the U.S. Open today. Novak Djokovic. He has a chance to make history, to win all four of the Grand Slams in 1 calendar year, and we believe that he's going to do it. But we do not believe it's going to be easy. So we're playing Djokovic to win, but both players to win at least 1 set, and that comes back at plus 140. A great way to bring down that big number on Djokovic. Okay. Now, I got up yesterday. I'm off on Saturdays, but I got up and watched the show. And I saw my man AB try to imitate me. Didn't happen. Didn't work. This is how you introduce our biggest star of the show. M squared. You know the drill, son! Give it to me.
All right, Coach, you're going to hear the word correlated and correlation a lot this season. Let's start with that. SportsLine had the over in this game, but my first play here is going to be Rondale Moore of the Arizona Cardinals, over 31.5 receiving yards. We talked about sportsbooks a lot earlier in the show. This one was brutal for them to set because of the talent this kid has. He's obviously not the number one receiver here with DeAndre Hopkins on the team. However, I love his upside. He is going to break out and be one of their biggest weapons this season. Love them at this number. I think this number should be closer to 50, 51.5. It's a brutal spot for sportsbooks because there's so much unknown, but I do think this game's going to turn into a shootout if you know anything about these two teams. Rondale Moore, if you know anything about him, followed him in his career in college at all, absolute stud, going to have a lot of success in the NFL. So take that one early. And then headed to the Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce, over 89.5 receiving yards. Yes, this is a big number. However, if you're used to following this one as well, this number will routinely be around 98 to 102 throughout the season. You're getting a nice discount in week one in a game that I think is going to turn into an absolute shootout here. I think it's going to be a lot more competitive than we maybe thought initially, as evident by the betting market so far. But I love Travis Kelce over 89.5. He's the kind of player that has the upside to literally hit this number by halftime. Take it over. I would play it all the way up to 94.5 if I had to.
And Mikey, my sources coming out of the Chiefs locker room, and last year, remember, we broke the story on Patrick Mahomes before everybody else did. My sources tell me that everybody is healthy and motivated. Healthy and motivated was the two words I got coming out of the locker room yesterday. All right, AB. Now, you know you're in the maestro spot. You're lucky to still be on the show as you tried to bogart me yesterday. But I've got to put my personal feelings aside because you're solid. Now, what do you got for us today?
All right, Coach. First off, it makes sense why you're the host. That was so much better than mine. And look, my picks today try to go along with that of what makes sense. All right, so first off, we're going Chiefs minus 5.5. Again, the motivation factor, what you just said, literally the minute that the Super Bowl ended, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs made sure everyone on the planet knew that next year they were coming for it, and their offseason spending reflects it. Their team attitude reflects it. I'm running with that. Patrick Mahomes is 7-0 straight up in his career versus AFC North teams, and the Browns are 0-15-1 straight up in week one games the last 16 years, and only 4-12 against the spread. Second play, Robbie Anderson over 4.5 receptions. The Carolina Panthers wide receiver now, formerly with the Jets, teams up with who? The Panthers quarterback Sam Darnold, formerly with the Jets, against the Jets. So this is a perfect revenge game for both and a safety valve play for Sam Darnold in that game. Last one, Carson Wentz over a half an interception. Essentially, we just need to get a Carson Wentz interception, and at plus 105. So beautiful number there. Yeah. So Chiefs minus 5.5, Robbie Anderson over 4.5 receptions, Carson Wentz at least one interception.
Normally, I don't like to answer questions in the morning show because we try to keep it as fast as possible. But I think there's a very good question for Mikey in the comments section from Sean. Mikey, would you play full units on props? We do a lot of props here. What's your philosophy?
So it's a trick question. If your sportsbook allows you to, it depends on the unit size. So like, unfortunately for mine, I don't get that option. They won't let me bet that much money on the prop. If they do, I would still bet a full unit or maybe 3/4 of a unit if you can. So it's really going to depend on that. But in the NFL with a player prop like this, I personally would try to get down as much as you can. Generally speaking, it really depends on how you're selecting your props. But if I'm playing them, the edge is large enough that I want to get down as much as I can in that sense. So it would be a full unit. But if you're playing like, say 15 to 20 props, probably not going to be playing full units on them. So that's the thing. And I got another question here. We see where's Chief. You said we didn't want to have any sort of partialism on the show. He's got his Chiefs jersey on today, but he's not coming up under that. So.
Oh, at least we know he's got the jersey.
There you go.
Oh, there he is. Oh,
we got the Chiefs
world,
jersey on, ready to go today.
The world is right. The world is right. There's our main man, Chief. And there's no doubt we will have a Chiefs dog of the day coming up on our noon show later today as well. By the way, because let's be honest, we all have several sports books because we want to be able to get our bets in. One of mine caps me at a certain price for a prop, but then I can just go right back in and play it again. It's so weird, but they'll let me do it like 2 or 3. So I think maybe it's just a glitch in their system, but I'm not going to. I guess I just did say something. Okay, but we don't know which one I'm talking about. All right, grab your paper, grab your pencil. What a good time we're having today. So far, we're just getting started. Here's our recap, and it looks glorious. AB, he's on Carson Wentz to throw at least one interception today, plus 105. Then Robbie Anderson over 4.5 catches with the Panthers now playing with Sam Darnold. They're playing against the Jets today. Then the Chiefs, late game. Minus 5.5 over the Browns. Then M squared. He's on Rondale Moore over 31.5 receiving yards. Then Travis Kelce in that late game over 89.5 receiving yards. Then from SportsLine, we're going to go Cardinals Titans over 53.5. And then Djokovic to win, both players to win a set plus 140. Then the gym plus 397. Djokovic just on the money line to win. Cardinals over team total 25.5 points. And then Chiefs minus 5.5. And I love that 397 number. A reminder, today, live, noon to 1 Eastern time. Tonight, live, 7 to 8:15 Eastern time. And then Monday, we will also have another hour-long pregame show leading up to Monday Night Football, the Ravens and the Raiders. And we're going to do it all season long. My guys and my gals, locked and loaded just for you. Well, there's only one thing left to do on this first of 3 shows on this beautiful Week 1 Sunday. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets. It feels so good. Straight to the pay window. For my man, M squared, for AB, and for the jeweler who puts it all together here at the brand. I am the coach. Let's get focused. Right here on the Early Edge. Good luck. Do you want best bets in your feed every single day? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Early Edge.